The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Back into it and back at it. You've got The Local Show right here on 570 WSYR 1069 FM, and you can see us on YouTube as well. Hop on over there and get through all the clutter, because as soon as you click on one of the segments, you'll be served up more of the segments on The Local Show rather than, cats playing piano.
Well, there might be cats playing. And
water skiing.
Squirrels
water skiing.
So now that we have a black lab, because we kind of inherited it kind of from our son who got deployed, who came back and said, you can keep my dog.
Yes.
Anyway, I saw, now I'm getting black lab videos because we look them up.
You're right.
And when food comes out, I didn't realize labs are like food.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. There was a video of like all these dogs, and it was like a little birthday party, and he had all these dogs and a black lab, and they're like, okay, you can eat. He ate his and like everybody else's food. It made me feel better about my own dog.
A voracious appetite.
You say the word food, his head turns like food.
Yeah.
But he's doing well. He's doing well.
Very good. Well, we've got a new person to the show. His name is Mike Albanese. He's the owner of Albanese Longhorns and part of On a Dog Grown. So on the heels of a food conversation, we can talk real food here. How you doing there, Mike?
Doing well, thank you.
It's good to have you along. So, Mike, Albanese is a big name around Syracuse. Are you related to other Albaneses?
No, I am not. I know most of them, I think.
Yeah.
But no relation, direct relation. Maybe 5th or 8th or 10th cousin, but no direct relation.
Are you from Syracuse originally?
I'm born and raised in Jamesville.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Okay. And where is your farm?
We have a number of farms in Jamesville, Pompey, Lafayette, and Cazenovia.
Good golly. You're that big, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
How many head of cattle?
I own 200 plus. My daughter has a good size herd.
Yeah.
We raise Texas Longhorn cattle and hay, both for the cow market and the horse market.
So what's the difference between the Texas Longhorns that we might see on your farms as opposed to other bulls?
Well, it's the Texas Longhorns is a breed.
Okay.
And they obviously have horns, but I guess technically speaking, they're a beef breed, although we raise them for other purposes. We do sell meat.
Do you ride them? And what are the other?
But funny you should say that. That's a recreational outlet that we typically don't get involved with. But those bulls that you see in the rodeo circuit and so forth are part Longhorn because they're so athletic.
I see.
And that's why
I'd like to put Steve in a pen with a couple of these Longhorns. Can we do that?
We can do that. Yeah.
And chase them around. I'm going to dress them all in red.
We also can do that.
Aren't they colorblind?
They are. Yeah. Red is not a thing.
It's not. Okay.
Just the blood.
We can fix them up.
Nice. So, so it's a breed. Is it a better form of meat? Like, do you sell a lot of meat?
Well, a lot is a relative term. I think we do. I think that's progressive. The COVID gave us kind of a foothold in that because people were a little afraid of the food availability and quality and so forth and so on. So we kind of looked at that a little harder during that period of time. Largely, really what our goal is to sell live animals to other breeders, to...
I see.
Oh, okay.
So you'll sell to go out to stud, right, and make more?
Females and males both.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, primarily females. Of course, that's where the real market is to sell females to other breeders throughout the country. Okay. Because you can imagine the bulk of that activity is in Texas in the southern plains. But in the East is growing. When I started nearly 40 years ago, there was just none around. I mean, none around. Now that's changed. Partly due to me and many others that have worked at it.
So if I'm like, Tom, where do we get a Longhorn? You're the guy.
I'm the guy. Yeah. So, yeah.
And what's the difference taste-wise as far as eating?
Well, it's probably very little. The difference may be with mine or ours, I should say, is that they're grass-fed as opposed to grain-finished. That might give you a little different flavor. I'm going to be biased and say the Longhorn meat is more healthy than the other breeds. And there's some data to substantiate that, but go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Finish
what I was going to say was we're chemical-free, hormone-free, and We have a number of other categories that we fall into: New York grown, humanely raised, traceability, a number of other things that we're kind of proud of that we do that maybe some others don't.
Mm-hmm. I have been wonderfully more healthy since I've gone more carnivore, more whole food diet, right? So I eat a lot of meat, and I'll get my grass-fed, grass-finished beef from various places. Mm-hmm. And I've been wanting to get a cow. I'm looking for some place that can package it up and buy it for the season. Now that you and I are absolutely fantastic friends. Mm-hmm. Will you give me a good discount on?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Most certainly will.
So you sell it to consumers?
Yeah.
We sell directly to the public.
Yeah, good.
It's unusual to sell half or a whole. We have packaged products. We use a
because that's a big quantity. Or when you say unusual,
typically yes. I mean, a family of four, half would last them a year. So,
which is good, though.
Well, it is if you want to go that way. If you have freezer space and want to do that, it's more economical. But we have a retail outlet at the Casnovia farm.
Okay.
And we use a USDA processor. Mm-hmm. So we have all the cuts.
Really,
what we've kind of been focusing on is ground beef.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a...
Well, ground beef is wonderful because you also get the cartilage and the fats and everything in a ground beef.
Well, yeah, longhorn meat is naturally more lean than most other breeds, and we have some data that's substantial. But again, not that fat is bad.
No.
It's just different.
Right. That's wonderful.
Tom used to be corn-fed, and then he went all carnivore. Then he changed his way, so now he's.
My people call it maize. Okay, just so you know. But it's good to have that kind of quality meat around here, and I don't think people know that they can get it. Through you.
And what farm? Where can they buy it? Did you say Cazenovia?
Yes, the website AlbaneseLonghorns.com. The website will get you there, or the phone number's there. Call anytime. We live at that farm, so we're always open.
Yeah.
Okay. But did you say, is there a place, do you do like farm shows? Do you like the Central Market or any of those things? Or you just...
We do not because of the lack of help and time.
Okay.
Agriculture is very labor intensive. It's very time consuming, especially this time of year.
Yeah, you said you cut hay. How many times can you cut hay in a year? How does that work? I'm always curious.
Well, because we don't use any chemicals and very, very little, no buff, we use natural fertilizer. If we're lucky, 3. We'll get 3 this year because it was an early spring.
Yeah.
But 2 or 3 is typically.
So do you cut hay while the sun shines?
Yeah, that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
It is, right? I mean,
when it's 95 and sunny, you're saying, God darn, But that's the hay in the sunshine thing is real.
On Farm Fest, when that comes around, will you be giving tours? Or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, the Onondaga Grown, which is an awesome organization, would be at the Route 20 farm in Pompey.
Right.
That facility will be open. Then we'll have some pets there. We'll have a number of examples of longhorns, and we also sell hides, horns, and.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you make leather and stuff like that?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we have all that stuff in the store. Trinkets, gadgets, gifts.
How do you, in about 25, 30 seconds, how can you make people more comfortable with the fact that you're raising these cattle humanely and all that?
I'll personally guarantee you and anybody that they have the best life that any cow could have, and if the end have to come, it's quick and painless. I'll guarantee that because I'm big on that.
Right.
We're not even promised that.
Well,
that's right. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right, Tom?
Yeah. That's wonderful that you're around. So that's Mike Albanese right there, and I imagine your whole family's working the farm, right? Yeah.
We do.
All right. Yeah. Owner of Albanese Longhorns and part of Onondaga Grown. We really appreciate what you do. You can see them at AlbaneseLonghorns.com. AlbaneseLonghorns.com. Check out their website. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank both of you.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to talk with Sheila Ostrom. She's the owner of Senior Home Care and Alzheimer's Solutions. Stick around for that conversation right here on The Local Show.